want people thinking that I'm the type of woman who's only interested in the size of a man's wallet.
Oh, I understand it's a man thing, which is different from a woman thing because that usually involves bloating. I'm not looking for perfection. I just want someone who's kind and gentle and sensitive and loves all plants and animals.
Yes, a shepherd.
Hey friend, welcome to my channel Karina Lude, where we deep dive and break down the most iconic stars through history. If you're not yet subscribed, please be sure to do so, and if you're already subscribed, please turn on your notification bell so you never miss an upload. Now without further ado, let's get into this video. Today's video is all about Kim Cole, and I love Kim Cole. I grew up with her on Living Single. Living Single is one of my comfort shows. I already did a video for Queen Latifah. I also did one for Kim Fields as well as Erica Alexander. Kim Cole's character Sinclair was just one of my favorites of the show. Of course, I love Maxine's, banter and stuff, but Sinclair just was witty. She was, a little dorky, but so lovable, loyal, and just, I loved her fashions. I lived for the pinch plaits. She popularized pinch plaits in the hood. Okay, it was very popularized where I'm from. Comment below if you were part of the pinch plaits community, okay, because her hair was always fly that way. She did have a huge impact on Black culture and just the beauty standards, everything, just a gorgeous woman. And unfortunately, Hollywood, always try to break down your self-esteem and make you insecure. And she got one of the worst advice. She got one of the worst advice from the industry about her weight. And she went on this crazy road where she was popping all sorts of pills to kind of get that weight down and doing a lot, and we're gonna talk about it, but before we do that, I do want to get into her childhood, her life, her iconic career, Kim Cole. And let's start with her childhood, right? Kim Cole is a name that resonates with many fans of 90s sitcoms thanks to her unforgettable role as Sinclair James on the hit show Living Single. But there's so much more to this talented actress than just her iconic character. Let's take a fun and insightful look at Kim Cole's life, from her roots in Brooklyn to her journey through Hollywood and beyond. Kim Cole was born on January 11th, 1962 in Brooklyn, New York City, and growing up in a vibrant neighborhood, she was the daughter of a remarkable man. Her father was the first Black dean at the Pratt Institute. This prestigious background undoubtedly influenced her upbringing and aspirations. Kim attended a private Lutheran school where she was known for being quiet and studious, a little bit shy, you would say, but she focused on her studies. But it wasn't until high school that her true personality began to shine. During her time at Brooklyn Technical High School, which she graduated from in 1980, her sense of humor blossomed. She discovered that making people laugh was one of her greatest talents, a skill that would serve her well in her future career. After high school, Kim Cole pursued her passion for the arts. She attended the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, where she studied theater and honed her craft. Her big break came in the late 80s when she became a cast member on the sketch comedy show In Living Color, and I love that show too. Jim Carrey was on there, the Wayans brothers, all of that, yes. It was a better version of SNL. This opportunity introduced her to a wider audience and allowed her to showcase her comedic talent. She was fired, unfortunately, after just one season so that she could be replaced by the Wayans sister, and there were rumors that she slept with one of the Wayans brothers or refused to, and that's the real reason why she was fired.
It was an interesting experience. It was tight for some because it's a family-run show, so I'll just say tight for some and not so tight for others. The audition process was the most grueling thing I've ever been through because Keenen wanted people who were stand-ups, who could also do characters, who could also write.
Awful rumors say that I had an affair with him, and it bothered me that people didn't give me credit. That the possibility existed that I didn't have an affair. Nobody has sex with someone and then they fire them from a job. I wasn't a whore and I'm not there. And that's the reality of it. So
I got a call from my agent saying, don't go to work Monday morning. Yeah. Don't go to work Monday. Like, humana. And it was tough, of course. And it was embarrassing and it was weird because it was the hottest thing ever. And I couldn't understand what I had done or not done, right or wrong. I will say that I get it now. I get it now. It was really hard then to see the landscape, feel that I had all this talent inside of me and all these ideas, and that they weren't always encouraged and they weren't always, didn't have a chance to see the light of day. And eventually we had a conversation. I understood the politics of the situation.
Unfortunately, I wasn't given the opportunity to on that show. So I was released. I guess it was felt that I just was unnecessary. And he did me a favor. And I was bitter at first, gained 10 pounds back, the whole thing, sit up and I was eating bonbons going, my life is over. I don't even know how to type. What am I going to do? But it was the best thing that could have happened for me because I learned something about myself. I learned something about integrity. I learned, about what I will and won't do for a job. And I learned that life goes on.
He actually said to me, I had to let you go and I knew you'd be okay. So how can you be, I had to let you go. Didn't explain, I had to let you go, but I knew you'd be all right. And I'm like, okay, because I am.
And
I was. Yeah,
you are.
And because I left and had a even better experience and made even more money and the show lasted even longer. And how can I be mad?
A year later, a year almost to the week that I was released from the show, I signed a deal at NBC to do my own show. And what's exciting about it, it's a sitcom deal. It's a deal that is open-ended. They're accepting ideas from me. They're allowing me to meet with different writers and producers that they like, different people that I like. And together, hopefully, we'll come up with this idea that will be great.
But she did deny that. And she always said, hey, I wasn't doing that. I don't know why they were spreading those rumors. And she took it on the chin and just moved on with her life. Okay. But as she was making her way up in the industry, she got some pretty tough criticism and found out the hard way just how cutthroat Hollywood is. On Netflix Strong Black Lead podcast, Coles, who is 58 at the time, shared that, because she's in her 60s now, shared that when her career first began, she developed an eating disorder trying to be what she thought the industry desired. This is what she said. She said, and I quote, "Someone has said to me," the manager of the comic strip, which is where Eddie Murphy came out of, he said to me, "You need to do one of two things. You either need to gain 40 pounds and become the next big fluffy Nell Carter, like really gain the weight, or you need to lose 40 pounds and become like a babe. You're too in between. You're too fat to be skinny and too skinny to be fat." So I went on an active campaign to drop a great amount of weight. I was actually, I can't say that word for YouTube, but she was throwing up her food, basically not eating it, during that time. I started out healthy, but to maintain it, I ended up hopped up on diet pills, addicted to it. Diet pills ain't got nothing on any other substances, meaning rugs, if you catch my drift. Diet pills mimics frantic, erratic behavior. I got really unhealthy with this weight loss because I was like, I need to look this way. I need to be this thing. I need to do this thing. It's funny because when people see me now, this is how I started out. I started out like this. I ended up losing a great deal of weight. And when people first started seeing me on the Apollo and then on In Living Color, that was new to me. I didn't even know what this body was. Hopped up on pills and I was an exercise-aholic. I'm dying and speeding on these pills right now. So the trick is to now find a healthy balance. And I'm looking for that now. And I've been looking for it for years. But yeah, I thought that I needed to look a particular way. I was told I needed to be one or the other. That was naive. I think I was maybe 25 to 26 years old. End quote. Hollywood has its way of doing that to you. And how bold someone to tell you, but it's part of the game. They give you really tough criticism because though we could be like in shock, oh my goodness, how dare he speak on women's bodies and but the audience, the people are even much more cutthroat than a lot of these managers and studio heads, and they're this cutthroat with their stars because they know the public will be even more cutthroat. We're very shallow as an audience. A lot of audience members are very shallow. We like to watch movies because of how people look. We get very obsessed with people. We had people that became famous simply because of how they look in this world. We had criminals. I don't know if you guys remember that green-eyed man who now is a model, but his mugshot went viral and all the girls was we even have Eric Pierre now, though he's not a criminal. He is a handsome guy, but his looks alone is being so praised. He's everywhere going viral for that. If you even look at the Kardashians and what they have been able to do just off of looks alone, people watch their show that wasn't even really that interesting and really followed up with these people because of how they looked. So that says a lot with today's society. Even if you look at a lot of the influencer models, the OF girls, and so much more, you look at stuff like that, like pretty privilege is a real thing. Being beautiful is currency, especially in Hollywood, and having the right shape plays a major role. Like you could have a beautiful face like Kim Cole, but to them, if the body doesn't match the standard of that time, it's like, hey, it's not us, it's society. They're going to consider another person that's on or castmate or that's in a movie with you as the lead, as the beautiful one, right? You can always be a friend of or not really a main cast. So it's unfortunate unfortunate, but a lot of these people fall into that pressure because of how we think too, and the biases that we have that we don't check with ourselves. And be honest with yourselves before you comment. I actually would love to see some honest comments below, because I had a friend long time ago that said this statement, like, I hate watching movies with ugly people. I just can't do it. She really said that. Of course, that was an ex-friend, but she really had a thing. She couldn't watch movies where the people were not, you know, looking up to her part. And there's people that really think like that. And I want to see if you honestly could answer this. Do you determine if you're going to watch a movie or a show because of the aesthetics or the beauty of the person? It might not be their beauty per se, but the fashion of the show, the aesthetics, the cinematography of it, aesthetics of the looks of the person. You know, like a lot of people watch shows specifically for that, not necessarily the plot. I'm curious to see. Comment below. But nonetheless, this was a big burden for her, and she was really working on herself, just trying to lose as much weight as possible by the time she got to Living Single. So though she was bummed by being fired from In Living Color, opportunities were still coming from all directions for Kim Coles. However, it was her role as Sinclair James on Living Single, which aired from 1993 to 1998, that truly launched her into stardom. Sinclair's bubbly personality, quirky style, and heartwarming relationships made her a fan favorite, and she quickly became one of the most beloved characters on television. The show was groundbreaking as it highlighted the lives of Black women and their friendships in a way that had never been seen before. And when we think of iconic characters in sitcom history, her name, literally, Sinclair James, brilliantly portrayed by Kim Coles. She was the favorite, you know. She was the heart of Living Single. This groundbreaking sitcom, which aired in the 90s, not only entertained audiences, but also brought to life the joys and challenges of friendship, love, and life in a vibrant community. Sinclair James was the embodiment of positivity and warmth. With her infectious laughter and quirky sense of humor, she brought a unique charm to the show. What we love most about her, too, a lot of people, is because, especially during those times, people would always portray Black women as very hard, ghetto, talking a kind of way, you know, extra extreme, never as like the quirky, awkward, you know, Black girl. She was one of the first, before, like, you know, you have Insecure and other shows that shows you the depths of Black women and how complex they are. Sinclair was one of those characters that was so soft and ditzy and head in the clouds, but still very smart, just very, you know, the opposite of what we would consider, you know, what is portrayed in the media. She was that. I love Living Single because it showed you the complexities, period, of just Black people in the 90s and 2000s. Well, you know, just in general, Black people. Like, you had lawyers on there, people that had their own magazines. Like, you had the bougie Regine Hunter. I did a video for her too. Just bougie, and Max, who was powerful, hungry attorney, very witty and wise. Kyle Baca, who was very sophisticated, educated, and into art. It was just a comfort show for that. And Sinclair's role just really, she was the original Phoebe. Before that was Phoebe, but let's talk about that, okay?
It's not just the check. It's not just the family that you build with the camera and the crew, and like you celebrate births and deaths together and marriages and things. It's the free food. It's plentiful and it's delicious. And by your third season or so, they're cooking whatever you want. So we had a kitchen on the set that was a real kitchen just for us. So I had a deal at Warner Brothers, and like, we want to do a show about women, how they feel about each other and their careers, and how they feel about men. And oh, by the way, what do you think of Queen Latifah? I was like, I love her. Yes. And they were having the same kind of meetings with her. They put the two of us together. They got Yvette Lee Bowser to create the show, and boom, we were off and running, and the cast came together beautifully. Like, the first day of work, it was like, oh, this is going to be a hit.
Sinclair was known for her carefree spirit when finding joy in the simple things in life. Whether she was sharing a funny story or getting into a lighthearted spat with her friends, her zest for life was contagious. What made Sinclair particularly special was her unwavering loyalty to her friends. She was the glue that held the group together, always ready to lend an ear or offer a shoulder to cry on, be the voice of reason, you know, when they're fighting, get them all together. And her bubbly personality often diffused tense situations, reminding everyone of the importance of friendship and love. I loved her in the Christmas special also, when everybody just, you know, wanted to make her happy, so they all came together. She really was the most difficult to hate. You just couldn't hate anything about Sinclair. Sinclair's fashion sense was as colorful as her personality. She often rocked bold prints, bright colors, and funky accessories that showcased her fun-loving spirit. From oversized jackets to vibrant skirts, her wardrobe was a celebration of individuality and creativity. Sinclair's style was not just about looking good, it was about expressing who she was, a free-spirited woman who embraced her uniqueness. Her fashion choices inspired many viewers, showing that it was okay to stand out and be proud of one's identity and dress all quirky. You know, she was it was a cute style. Sinclair's outfits became a reflection of the 90s culture, leaving a lasting impact on fashion trends and the way women express themselves. And we already talked about the pinch plaids. One of the most endearing aspects of Sinclair's character was her relationship with Overton.
You thought I was going to touch it, didn't you? Just a little handyman humor.
I fall for that every time.
He's no Overton.
You know, I dated a married woman once.
Really?
No, I'm just lying, trying to get attention again.
Oh, Overton, is there anything you can't fix?
Nope. That's why I put an ad in the paper to expand my handyman empire beyond this mere brownstone.
Well, I'm not looking for perfection. I just want someone who's kind and gentle and sensitive and loves all plants and animals. So you're saying there's nobody out there like that?
Yes, a shepherd.
Black, huh?
Overton, what are you doing here?
Speak, brother, speak. I know I'm not no big-time doctor, and I know I'm not the most handsome man in the world, and I know I'm not rich.
Yeah?
There's one thing I do know. I'd really be honored to have dinner with you tonight.
Oh, well, so would I.
Hey, how I'm doing?
This must be very hard for you, huh?
Yeah, but your radiant morning glow has turned my lemons into lemonade.
The love story between Sinclair and Overton, played by John Hinton, was a delightful blend of humor and romance. Their playful banter and genuine affection showcased that what it meant to be in a loving, supportive relationship, and they're truly my favorite couple in all of the history of TV shows or movie, because Overton literally worshipped the ground she walked on, never tried her, never disrespected her, never cheated on her, he lived for her, right? And vice versa. They just was very cute. You know how in some shows they have to create drama and this and breakups and that. No, they were just throughout very lovable. I love their story, very consistent, incomparable to other relationships, right? The couple's dynamic was relatable, also filled with sweet moments that made viewers root for their love. From their adorable antics to their heart-to-heart conversations, Sinclair and Overton's relationship highlighted the beauty of companionship and the joy of finding someone who truly understands you. Living Single was more than just a sitcom. It was a cultural phenomenon that represented the lives of young Black professionals navigating love, work, and friendships in a big city. The show provided a platform for Black voices and stories, showcasing the diversity and richness of Black experiences. It resonated deeply with audiences, reflecting the ups and downs of life in a way that felt authentic and relatable. The show's success opened doors for more Black-led shows, paving the way for future generations of storytellers in television. But interestingly, Living Single also played a role in shaping the landscape of sitcoms in the 90s and beyond. Many fans have noted how the hit show Friends seemed to borrow elements from Living Single. Both shows featured a group of friends living together in a big city, navigating relationships and life changes.
Living Single came first. And then all of a sudden there was a show about 20-somethings living in the city, trying to make it, and they're white.
However, Living Single brought a fresh perspective, highlighting the Black experience in a way that was often overlooked by mainstream media. And we talk about Friends all the time, how they ripped it off. I still love Friends now, don't get me wrong. I do love that show. I do love it. Okay? And Chandler, my favorite character. May he rest in peace, Matthew Perry. But I'm not going to hate on them, but it is upsetting to see how Living Single was done very, very dirty. In retrospect, Living Single was a trailblazer that showcased the importance of representation in entertainment. While Friends became a cultural staple, it's essential to recognize the roots of that success in shows like Living Single. Since Living Single, Kim has appeared in various TV shows and films, including guest spots on The Bold and the Beautiful, The Wayans Bros, and The Crossover. She also lent her voice to animated shows like The Boondocks, and more recently, Kim has been involved in various projects, including hosting gigs and motivational Motivational Speaking, where she shares her journey and encourages others to follow their dreams. Now, Kim Coles has been married twice. Her first marriage was to her college sweetheart, whom she married in the early 90s. However, that marriage ended in divorce, and in 2011, she married her second husband, but that relationship also didn't last, and they divorced after a few years. Kim does not have any children, but she often shares her love for her extended family and her close relationships with friends, and she has mentioned how her friends are like family to her, which is a statement, a testament to the strong bonds she has cultivated throughout her life. So where is Kim now? What is she doing now? Today, Kim Coles continued to shine brightly in the entertainment industry. She remains active on social media, where she engages with her fans and shares her wisdom and humor. And Kim is also a sought-after speaker and author, having written books that inspire and empower others, including her recent work, I'm Free, I'm Free, I'm Free, The Path of Self-Love. So check that out. And in addition to her various projects, Kim is passionate about wellness and personal growth, accepting yourself. She often shares tips on self-care, confidence, and embracing one's true self, reminding us all of the importance of loving who we are. And Kim Coles' journey from a quiet girl in Brooklyn to a beloved sitcom star is a testament to her talent, resilience, and humor. With her infectious personality, she has not only entertained millions, but has also inspired countless individuals to embrace their uniqueness and pursue their passions. As she continues to thrive in her career and personal life, Kim Coles remains a shining example of what it means to be a true star. And while she is around to still smell the roses and smell the flowers, I ask you guys to leave some flower emojis in the comments for her and just some positivity, because yes, girl, you deserve it. You were most of our childhood, especially if she played a role in your childhood. Leave her some flowers in the comments. I love you guys so much. Check out my other videos from the Living Single cast and comment below who else would you guys like me to do a video for. I will see you in the next one.